Hey, this is Jack Clemens with The Jack Clemens Show, and I'm here with my good buddy, the LARP Guy.
Hey guys, I'm Rory.
I've known Rory for many years. I absolutely love him. He's a good friend of mine. You should check out his channel, the LARP Guy. And we both recently built AR-15s on a budget. And we kind of want to go over those two rifles and kind of what you're looking for. But Rory, before we do any of that, let's danger these bitches up. Shout out to our boy Scott Harrison at The Danger Up. Check his channel out.
Hey Jack, my mag's bigger than yours.
It's not the size, it's how you use it.
Big black mag.
Oh. Alright, so I'm going to go over mine first. I've got a Aero Precision lower that I got in a trade, and a Aries Arm Harp HRPE upper in 223 Wild. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. These rifles aren't done, by the way. We're still kind of finishing them out. When you're a baller on a budget, like we often are, you kind of have to piecemeal these things together. And I had an Aimpoint H1, so I put that on, and I haven't bought iron sights yet. Yes, I know you need backup iron sights. But the H1 hasn't failed me yet, and I don't feel totally bad about just leaving this one on there. It came with this kind of modular rail on it that's a 12 or 13 inch rail. So far, I haven't really liked it. It doesn't feel nice in the hands. I know that sounds weird. I'm probably going to replace this with a Midwest Industries key mod rail. And other than that, I think I'm done. After I add some backup irons and a light, I'm probably done building on this gun. It's kind of meant to be a cool, lightweight rifle, and it does that. Been super accurate so far. Not been shooting it out super long range, but zeroed really well. I've been an AK guy forever. So like when I start zeroing AERs, I'm like, oh my god, the bullets touch. I don't really have to try. Totaled out, without the optic, the rifle itself was $600. $600 for the rifle. And it's a good rifle. There's one issue with it, and I'm going to get to that in just a little bit. Rory, why don't you tell us about your rifle?
Alright, so I've got a Spikes Zombie lower with a Adams Arms 14.5 piston upper.
So piston gun. So you're like Teal Team 6 or something.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome.
So flash hider's pinned and welded, which kind of sucks because I'd like to be able to change it out and be able to get a silencer. I'd much rather have an AAC flash suppressor put on there, but maybe that's a later date. Like he said, they're not finished yet. I've got Troy micro sights. I know they're short, but I'm a small guy. I can get down on the rifle. It's not a problem.
I've actually used those on his rifle, and I was able to get down on the level, so I don't think the shortness is really that big of a deal.
I like it. It puts me closer to the bore. So
that holdover is probably about like what an AK's holdover is, right? Okay.
Similar. Other than that, it's all Magpul furniture on it. Buttstock pistol grip, foregrip, forend. I picked up my lower for $120, and then I sat out for a while waiting. I picked up a good deal from Adams Arms for the complete kit, everything but the lower, for $600. So I'm sitting at $750 before the sights. The sights were $2, so I'm still under $1,000 for a good rifle.
You know, and a lot of times I think there's this argument like, should you get irons first or should you get a red dot first? If you have a good red dot, I think that can be a priority. Like if you can afford an aim point that'll stay on forever, like a Pro or an H1 or a T2, awesome. You don't need to jump immediately into a good set of irons. But if you can't, get a good set of irons. And a good set of irons, to me, if they're going to be standalone irons, don't go down when you hit them. You need to unlock them to flip them up and down like this Troy. It's not impossible to get into a good rifle under $1,000. You just kind of got to shop a little bit and wait. I know a lot of times with gun guys, like we get some money and we're like, I'm going to spend it now, and maybe we don't spend it on the best thing. Smith & Wesson has the M&P 15 Sport, which doesn't have a dust cover or a forward assist, and it's $5.99 just about everywhere I look. You might be able to find it somewhere cheaper. That's a good rifle.
Yeah, buddy of mine's got one. It runs fine. I mean, it's no frills. You get it, and it's not pretty. It's not tactical, you know, but it's a rifle, and it does what it's supposed to do.
I'm going to try and get one for this channel and build it up and show you guys like how we can go from a zero to a hero rifle along the way. But that'll be a video for a later date. Right now, we just got 2 baller on a budget ARs, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to take these rifles and we're going to finish them.
Yep.
Probably take us another month or so to put the sights and the lights on them like we want, and we'll go take a class with these with somebody, and we'll show you how they shake out and make sure that they're running, and we'll report, does it run or doesn't it run? Which brings me to an issue. Both of these guns are chambered in 223 Wild, and 223 Wild is basically a tighter chamber so that you can shoot 5.56 or 223 accurately with your gun. If you have a 223 chambered gun, you can't shoot 5.56. A 5.56 chambered gun will shoot 223, but the 223 Wild does it a little more accurately. Here's the problem. So far, we've gotten every type of ammo to run through these guns except for Lake City. Lake City has a slightly wider neck on the bullet area, and it basically doesn't chamber all the way. Be aware of that. If you have a 223 Wild, it won't chamber Lake City. If somebody else has managed it and somehow we just have the two guns that won't do it, I've seen other guns have this problem online, I would say you're not wrong in getting a 223 Wild. Just be aware that you can't shoot Lake City out of it. So buyer beware. Not a huge issue. It's not going to blow up on you, but be aware of that going into it. Other than that, I've been super happy with mine.
Yeah, I love mine. I was really excited to get the piston.
Okay.
That was my major thing.
Yeah, 700 for a piston gun that so far has been running great. That's awesome. So guys, until we see each other next time on the range, thanks for coming out. If you're a baller on a budget, stick around. I got more cool ideas for you to get ready.